Baruch Hashem, we've finally returned to Rebbe Shimon Yochai. It's been quite a while since I've been here. We're standing outside the outer gate, and within you see the inner gates, and then there's gates after those. You know, in the Kabbalah, the language of gate is used to break up paragraphs or chapters in a book, or sections of ideas, of levels of perception. But the gate essentially is marking a transition from going out, from being out to going in, from passing from the Reshut HaRabim to the Reshut HaYachid, which means from the authority of the individual to the authority of the public, or vice versa. And when you change gates that way, it's a whole different halachic ramification, explanation for how we behave. Everybody knows you don't behave the same way on the street as you do in someone's house. But the idea of gate in meditation is another whole level. The gate is a transition in the soul from the external self to the internal self. And each of those moves can be made thousands of times in your lifetime. Each time you experience a transition from youth to adulthood to old age, there are gates, there are transitions that we make in life, from single to married, from married to divorced, or married to widowed. All of them are like gates because we're moving from one zone to another. But in meditation, it's even deeper, because we understand that as the soul comes out of the body, it goes deeper and deeper into creation until we get to more expansive realms, essentially what we call heaven. But there are innumerable gateways in heaven. The Kabbalah uses language of the gate of music, the gate of wisdom, the gate of understanding, the gates of wealth. All of them are like windows of influence. And when you attach to a window of influence, then you receive from that influence. So in meditation, we meditate to achieve peace and inner well-being. But in the Torah context, we're also meditating in order to be able to pass from gate to gate. And as we pass from gate to gate, we sense a different level of authority. Now here we are at the great gravesite of the master of all masters, Rebbe Shimon Yochai. And if we look throughout his work, you'll see the language of gates. The gates, not just of the kitchen or the mikveh or the place to wash your hands, but the place where a human being reaches higher than the level of angels, where a human being has access to information that even angels don't have, where human beings receive the power, godly power, to do miracles, to change reality. Because Rabbi Nachman says we were created here, to be here, to rule over the angels. That we should all achieve something, just to taste that one time in our lives, and you will understand that a gate is not just what it looks like on the outside. When we pass the inner gates of the soul, we leave behind the old self, the selfish self, the fearful self, the ignorant self, all those people we were are left behind as we make the transition from gate to gate, ever deeper within. And that is why when you go to meditate, there's a wisdom on how you drive a car. Sometimes you hit the gas and sometimes you stop for a sign or a light. Well, so too in meditation. There are times where we hit the gas and go forward and moving through inner space. There are times where we have to hit the brakes because it's time to pause and take recognition of where we are and what we're doing, and understand that the work is not just a day, it's a lifetime. And if you try to drive too far in one day, what happens? Well, usually someone does something behind the wheel that's not happy or not healthy. So we are here for Rebbe Shimon Bar Yochai for this holy Shabbat, and we bless you to enter the gates of yourself and leave behind the old self, and you will renew and receive a new level of your true higher self. Shabbat Shalom.